Florence in a day. 10 perfect stops for Renaissance art, food, and views. One sunrise to sunset, and you'll trace the birth of the Renaissance, step by step. From the first experiments in linear perspective, to Medici power plays, from bustling marketplaces to sweeping skyline vistas. Pack comfy shoes and timed tickets. We'll move briskly, but linger where it counts. Consider downloading the official Florence City app for transit alerts and audio tours. Ready? Let's roam. Number 10. Santa Maria Novella. Founded in the year 1246, this Dominican basilica received Leon Battista Alberti's classical facade in the 1470s, blending Gothic height with humanist proportion. Inside, Masaccio's Holy Trinity, painted around 1427, was the first large fresco to employ Brunelleschi's mathematical perspective, placing sacred figures within believable architectural space. Nearby, Ghirlandaio's Tornabuoni chapel frescoes, executed between 1485 and 1490, show saints and donors in sumptuous contemporary attire, reflecting Medici patronage. Look up at Brunelleschi's Rucellai chapel columns, early experiments in harmonic proportion. So pre-book the multi-site ticket for seamless entry and plan for a quick detour to the cloister. Number 9. Brunelleschi's Dome Climb. Between 1418 and 1436, Filippo Brunelleschi engineered Florence's signature dome without full wooden scaffolding, using interlocking herringbone bricks and hidden iron chains inspired by ancient Roman ruins. As you climb, notice the sandstone shafts once used to haul materials, and pause in the worker chambers where frescoes once marked breaks. At the summit, inspect the iron tension rings, still holding the dome's ribs in check. Book the earliest ascent to experience the sunrise gilding those red-tiled rooftops before crowds arrive. Number 8. Baptistery and Gates of Paradise. Built on 5th century foundations, the Baptistery's octagonal form symbolizes regeneration. Its 13th century Byzantine mosaics of the Last Judgment and Genesis scenes created by Venetian and Constantinople craftsmen, their gold tesserae glinting like molten light. Outside, Lorenzo Ghiberti sculpted the north doors from 1403 to 1424, and the famed east panels known as the Gates of Paradise from 1425 to 1452, refining naturalistic relief and depth. Compare the two sets of doors to see how his style evolved over decades. Hold your Duomo pass to slip inside right after the dome climb. Number 7. Piazza della Signoria and Palazzo Vecchio. Since its completion in 1299 on the ruins of Ghibelline houses, Arnolfo di Cambio's fortress palace has embodied Florentine civic identity. In 1497, Girolamo Savonarola staged his Bonfire of the Vanities here. Half a century later, Cosimo I commissioned Vasari to fill the Salone dei Cinquecento with frescoes celebrating Medici military victories and artistic triumphs. In the courtyard, admire Cellini's Perseus, cast in bronze in 1554, its raised sword a statement of Republican victory. Climb the tower around midday for a quieter vantage and a glimpse of the hidden Vasari corridor. Number 6. Uffizi Galleries. Commissioned in 1560 by Cosimo I as magistrates' offices, Vasari's U-shaped courtyard became the Medici's private art showcase. Enter the Tribune, completed in 1584, the world's first room built expressly for art display, its octagonal shape enhancing symmetry. Marvel at Botticelli's Birth of Venus and Leonardo's Annunciation. Then step into the Medici's locked cabinets of engraved gemstones and rare manuscripts. Exit via the secret river corridor, to find serene sketch rooms. Choose an early afternoon timed entry to avoid school tour traffic.
Number 5. Mercato Centrale.
Erected in 1874 atop the Medici's old grain market, Mengoni's iron and glass pavilion nods to Parisian arcades and industrial ambition. At ground level, sample prosciutto, pecorino, and the local schiacciata flatbread. Upstairs, modern chefs reinvent Tuscan classics beneath vaulted skylights. Try Lampredotto, Florence's famed tripe sandwich, at stall number 15, then pick up a bottle of extra virgin olive oil pressed at nearby Francois Mills. Sip a glass of Chianti by the Arno-facing bar while planning your next stop.
Number 4. Accademia Gallery.
Founded in 1784 to train artists, the Accademia unexpectedly became David's permanent home in 1873, protecting Michelangelo's masterpiece from the elements. Carved from a single block of Carrara marble between 1501 and 1504, David embodies the city's republican spirit. Nearby, the unfinished prisoners' statues reveal the sculptor's process, and early Florentine paintings illustrate the evolution from medieval iconography to lifelike form. Note the old Vandal repair marks at David's toes, testaments to 19th century guardianship. A 3 p.m. entry slot offers quieter galleries.
Number 3. Ponte Vecchio.
Reconstructed in 1345 atop Roman piers, Ponte Vecchio's wooden structure once housed butchers until 1593, when the Medici relocated trades to welcome elite goldsmiths. Look up to see Vasari's enclosed corridor, built in 1565, arching above the shops for discreet ducal passage. After the devastating flood of 1966, shop owners reinforced facades with oak, and you can still see the flood mark engraved on the wall near the eastern end. For the ideal shot, stand in the center facing west at dusk, when the bridge and river glow together.
Number 2. Boboli Gardens.
Established in 1549 for Eleonora di Toledo, Boboli Gardens pioneered the Italian formal garden with axial design, grottos by Buontalenti, and classical statues set among terraces. In the 18th century, the Lorraine dukes added the Porcelain Museum to rival Oriental imports, displaying Medici porcelain collections. Later botanical expansions introduced exotic species and Enlightenment follies. Don't miss the coffeehouse spout near the Buontalenti grotto. Its water-driven mechanism recalls 16th century hydraulics.
Number 1. Piazzale, Michelangelo.
As part of Florence's 1869 urban renewal, Giuseppe Borgi carved this terrace into the hill, aligning new boulevards with vistas of Duomo, Ponte Vecchio, and Palazzo Vecchio. A bronze replica of Michelangelo's David, installed in 1873, gazes over the city he once defended in marble. Spot the plaque marking the Duke of Wellington's 1851 visit, a nod to Florence's Victorian-era diplomacy. Claim a spot 45 minutes before sunset, grab a spritz at the kiosk, and watch the city turn gold.
Honorable mentions. 3 more hidden gems to bookmark. Bargello Museum, which houses Donatello's groundbreaking bronze David cast around 1440. San Miniato al Monte, an 11th century Romanesque basilica perched on an Etruscan terrace for sweeping views. And lastly, Officina Profumo Farmaceutica di Santa Maria Novella, where medieval herbal recipes and Renaissance fragrances live on. It's been operating since 1221. Pin them for your next adventure. Thanks for traveling with us. Which Florentine stop surprised you most? Comment below, subscribe for more hidden history, and tap the video on screen to keep roaming smarter.